welcome to the show. We missed you. How are you? This is TTTT. My name is Amina Abdirabba. I am your host. I have my amazing panelists. I can't wait for you guys to meet them. All right, so let's get started by talking about some of your trending stories this week, starting off in Mombasa. Mombasa City in panic as gang returns to terrorize residents and business premises. Stick around for more on this story. Two men who were filmed while hanging dangerously on a moving vehicle along Mombasa Road have pleaded guilty to the offense. Storms and flash floods turned roads into gushing rivers and swamped homes with waist-high muddy water across the country. What needs to be done? The hashtag is TTTT at the Trend Live is our handle. Hello to my panelists. Hello Kwach. Hello Cindy. Hello Maria. Hi guys. How are you?
I feel like you set us up for the Nini, this thing of who's talking and who's not, because when you greet us all together at the same time.
Yeah, so that I can save time. You all say hi together. Okay. They cannot be playing that song every day on this show. Like we're always just being played out. We need to stop. We need to stop.
Greeting people, Saseni.
Nini Warte.
All protocols observed.
All protocols observed.
By the way, I think it's only Kenya that does that. You say like good mornings or what are the greeting? Haze. The greetings.
How are you?
Don't
hellos.
They don't exist. They don't exist. But yeah, so welcome guys. It's so good to see you. Mariam, I love the haircut. Look at you.
Thank you.
Girl.
Thank you.
You know, did you notice? At least Amina, you become the second person to tell her this today.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, lies.
Anyway, as happy as I am to see you guys, I know you know what's been going on all around the country. The videos have been nothing short of terrifying, and my heart goes out to every single person who is struggling and has been affected, which I think is pretty much a huge majority of the population. Storms and flash floods turned roads into gushing rivers and swamped homes with waist-high muddy water across the country, killing at least 10 people. Vehicles were stranded. People waded through floodwaters in slum areas to reach safety. According to the Nairobi County Governor's Office, an estimated 60,000 people, mostly women and children, have been severely affected by the floods. We have seen the videos circulating. The houses in Mlolongo that are fully submerged. You've seen those videos. You see, now people know why it's called Athi River. I am surprised that people are now seeing, oh, there was a river. So pole sana to everyone, I think in Syokimau. I have seen so many videos of different estates, to the people in Githurai who were seeking shelter on their roofs. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It broke my heart. Kwach?
Yeah. It's absolutely... You've seen everything out there, and the conversation is always around where is the preparedness for this kind of a situation. I know someone will say this is not the first time this is happening in this country, and the government of the day will say that hata wale wenye walikuwa kwa independence, since independence wamekuwa ki. But we had money last year allocated to this kind of a thing. And the thing that Eric Omondi and others were raising online is we are not seeing, you know, people being salvaged quick enough. Like the reaction is not quick enough. It's not like every area of Nairobi is flooded. And first of all, Jana, we were talking with the producer of the show, Ndeng, and we were just looking at how sometimes you could be sitting at a point of privilege and you don't even realize it. Like unaona hii story kama news, where every day you're going back to your warm bed, you're going back to your dry estate, kukisha wacha kunyesha. That's it. You don't even realize how much privilege you have where you're sitting. We're just asking those who are sitting in privilege, please think of the others who are not.
Especially if you're a leader, Kwach.
Yes.
You know, we've seen politicians do this thing where they're like, na sasa tunaomba serikali. I'm like, you cannot say. You can't. Who are you blaming? You can't be blaming, you know, whether it's the previous regime or, no, there's no blame game. There are people who've lost their lives, thousands of families that have been displaced. We have seen people trying to seek shelter in different places. Cindy, I know you saw You know Bunge?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, but I want to hear your opinion.
These floods have unfortunately, just to echo what Pacha said, shown the privilege that is in Nairobi. So there are 2 estates that are built on riparian land. Yeah. There's Mathare, there's Graceland, and Uko Crystal Waters.
Yes.
The kind of response that Graceland and Crystal Waters were getting, Red Cross, Paka, there is a camp in Sagana that has this, they do whitewater rafting. They were willing to go there to help with the boats and everything. Uko, Graceland, Crystal Waters. However, at Mathare, there's a guy who went on TV yesterday and my heart broke. He's at the river every day trying to look. He has lost 6 family members. Now they found 4, drowned and dead. Every day, him and his neighbors are going to that river that is coming with a lot of force, bare hands, no equipment, to look for their dead relatives. And when what caught my eyes, he says that when the members of the government come, they go to the rooftops, they take pictures and they disappear. But what is in the cover of all newspapers, what is going on in these nice upmarket places? It is true you can't prevent a disaster. It has brought back the whole story of buying land near riparian land. Mother Nature will always win. It's not the first time Mathare has had this incident. I don't know if you remember those days of Kidoro, even a building collapsed into the river, a whole entire building.
Yeah.
However, the kind of reaction that the county government, even the national government is having for the guys in Mathare, who are more than the guys in these upmarket places, is very heartbreaking.
Completely. Mariam.
Yeah. No, I agree with what Kwach and Cindy have said. Even the fact that we always give excuses, we're caught off guard, these floods are happening worldwide, Dubai flooded, Nigeria is flooding as well. But okay, we're at this point, Kenya Met is saying we are still expecting more rainfall in the coming weeks. It's still going to be heavy to moderate, so there could still be flooding. What then are we doing? Yes, there's a disaster management fund, there's money allocated for disasters, there was money, billions allocated for El Nino, all of that. I can't see any place where I'm seeing temporary shelters being set up in the event that people have to evacuate, because they will say evacuate, evacuate, evacuate. Unaambia mtu ende wapi pia. It's good to ask those questions. Like, oh, if you're in a low-lying area or that's prone to floods, evacuate. And go where exactly, right? Where is the relief food? Where is, beddings, things like that? All those are things that should be done. And again, the silence has been deafening. I think this is the 3rd thing that I've seen happen like this year, where you're waiting for the executive to speak and it's just dead silence.
Yeah.
And it's always...
The fires, the fire that happened in Embakasi, nothing. The femicide cases that were so rampant, 10,000 women on the streets, nothing. The country is flooding and it's a task force that's been set up and then nothing. Just disappointment after disappointment.
Doctors are on strike.
So doctors are on strike, yes, and waterborne diseases. Can you imagine? Iyo maji tunajua si maji tu, it's mixed with sewage. The waterborne diseases that are coming and doctors are still on strike because 200K is too much to pay an intern. Like, I don't even know where to begin.
Kwach, I know you want to add something real quick.
Yeah, I just wanted to say it's the juxtaposition that kills me.
Yeah.
We are launching Bunge Towers and not reacting quickly enough. It's not like we should not launch Bunge Towers. It's something that was in our plans.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's the empathy. Please do something about it.
Yeah.
Yani hatuwezi kuwa tunawaona kwa TV, nyinyi mko pale mmekaa mna nini. And someone is standing on top of a roof. For 3 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, they're on top of a roof, they're waiting for help.
But
that's what we're talking about.
You know what? I think that, as we get closer to 2027, these are some of the things we have to start remembering. What did your leader do? Because Nairobi and Mombasa Road, and these are not the only areas that have been affected across the country. So what is your leader doing? What is your women rep doing? And people were asking, because I didn't see it, and I genuinely am asking, our governor visited Mathare. What did he have as a solution for the people who are displaced? What did he do? And I cannot even believe I'm saying this, but Eric Omondi had a whole boat. He did it through the night. Whether that was as a publicity stunt or not,
it was
people,
something.
and we do wait for our leaders to say something. So it was disappointing.
And yes, we expect both short, mid, and long-term solutions from you. The short-term solution is go get those people to safety now.
Yeah.
The mid-term, you solve where they're going to go after they have been taken to safety.
Yeah.
And the long-term is the housing projects that you're talking about. Please make them happen and move people from riparian lands.
Make them a reality.
Yeah.
Do you think if we did a survey, people want a club at Uhuru Park?
No.
I don't think so. I don't think so. A lorry carrying sand and tens of people has been swept by floods at the Muatine River at Sultan Hamoud in Makueni County. In a video circulating on the interwebs, a group of people are seen sitting on the back of the lorry as others boarded to journey with them. The group of people aboard the lorry included women, children, and other guys as well. That sounded so bad. I said women, children, and other guys. I'm sorry. But
So have ever guys.
yeah, so were they, but
transgender.
Yeah, so this is so dangerous. And like I said, you see, so we've seen so many videos of Mlolongo tumona za Githurai, venye nimesema nimeona pia leo ya Kitengela. So this is another area altogether. Where are the leaders? And also, the Met Department did predict, you said we can't predict natural disasters. They said that the rains will be heavy. And you know, people keep comparing us with Dubai and saying, oh, you know, but it's also flooding in Dubai. Did you see what they did?
Yeah.
And in how long? Okay, thank you.
I think when I was watching this video, the first thing that came to my mind is we need both sides to this story, the leadership and the citizen education. Because, forgive me, but this is just ignorance. You can never beat water. No. That is one thing that we should be taught.
It's physics.
You cannot beat it. You just cannot. And this is why even us as Kenyans, we also need basic lessons on how to behave in this kind of situations, because this is not the first one. There was one time there was Andudhi, another time there was a matatu, another time there was a whole bus full of people, and this time it is a lorry full of people. That they are hoping this open bridge is like that other open bridge that drowned with the choir guys that were coming from Wakambani. And it's the same exact thing. You will not win against a gushing river. It's on top of a river. And the water is, you know, there's
some physics going on here.
There's nothing
like. Can I just interrupt, Coach? And this is not me being like Serikali Saidia, but and I would be so happy to be wrong on this. But ever since these rains started, have we had like, especially on vernacular radio stations and places like that, PSA is telling people exactly what you're saying because you think it's common knowledge, Coach. But for people who've not experienced flooding like this, and for a driver, sorry, who's just feeling like, you know what, igari ni mzito. Na kwanza nimeongeza watu, nimeongeza mawe, there's no way this water will beba me. Are there PSAs telling people, awezi pigana na maji, if you can't see the depth of it, don't go. If you have a stick, try and feel the depth. Things like that, those basic things. I'm not saying...
I think like, there are, maybe not enough, but there are. I just received a message from Makueni County. They're telling me, please don't go on top of open bridges, don't go to across water bodies. I've been wondering myself, I've been receiving...
That's a very good
president.
Guys, it's my in-laws. They come from that region.
Oh,
so
it's Kitui Quach wrong.
I've had a Tululu moment.
No, I'm just saying it's a region. Is a region thing, but maybe it should be more. What Mariam is saying is it should be more. That even CC, as we are on the show, we should be saying that please do not go over bridges that have no whatever they are called rails. Exactly. Don't test water, the depth of water with your body. Like just avoid it. Go to higher ground places.
Ngoja, your story higher ground, in fact, is where I wanted to get to. This is my question. You have said people need to know these things. They don't. They don't. A majority. I'm serious.
They go to higher ground
and then... Now, you're saying, okay, so now they don't have that information, right?
Yeah.
When you tell them, don't cross that river, when you were saying, you know, don't cross that river, you can never win against, you know, a flowing river, which is all well and good, but where do you intend for them to go? They don't have any other plan. That's why they gamble with their lives, and I know it sounds crazy.
When there's a fire in your house...
We have to take a break.
I mean, you don't go... when there's a fire... You will not stay in the house because you have nowhere else to go. When there is water, treat it like fire. You will find a place to go. Your life, you're better alive than dead.
All right, so I want to hear what you have to say back at home at The Trend Live. The hashtag is TTTT. I'd love to hear from you when we get back. We have so many more stories we have to discuss. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
I see a great future for you. Overseas trips, business success, and irresistible to women.
Wow, all that from my hand?
Not this hand, love. That one.
Red Bull gives you wings.
To protect our family from germs that cause illness when it's cold, we use Dettol soap.
Dettol soap with germ defense gives you protection. When it's cold, germs are transferred in different ways, and Dettol soap's germ defense protects you from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Be Dettol sure.
We can't wait to hear your story. No story is too big or too small. Build your story with an Absa One account. Earn 10% interest per annum on your savings. Download the Absa Kenya app to open an account. Your story matters.
Show off your best skin with Nivea Nourishing Cocoa Body Lotion. Now with 5-in-1 Complete Care. The deeply nourishing formula prevents your skin from drying with precious cocoa butter and deep moisture for smooth and healthy looking skin. Step out in confidence with our most complete care from the world's #1 skincare brand.
This week on Daring Abroad.
This is a type of farming called hydroponics.
Meet the Kenyan scientist growing cash using modern technology in Australia.
I grow tomatoes, truss tomatoes, loose tomatoes, cherry tomatoes.
And how she's giving back to her motherland by finding opportunities for Kenyans in Adelaide City.
Most of our students are referred through our trusted agents, and for Kenya we are exclusively working with Dr. Christine Valela.
There's a gap in technology and there's a gap in skills and knowledge gap. That's the area I'm hoping to fill.
Dr. Christine Walela, this Saturday at 7:30 p.m. only on NTV.
I tried looking out for you, bro. Hey, you see now? How's the hot bud? Look now, it's burning.
Do not hold back in any situation. Eno gets to work on the 6 symptoms of heartburn fast.
You do know you said all of that out loud, right?
If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Where else other than Ocean View Ridge, Vipingo by Optiven? This property is well manicured. You want to retire in the coastal region? Call this number 0790 300 300. The best property ever.
Optiven, no shamba.
And welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Now, no matter what we are going through as Kenyans, just know Nigerians have it worse. It's not me. It's just the facts, I know. But we're also empathizing with you, our Nigerian brothers and sisters.
Wow.
And, you know, we are only laughing because yours are funnier. Yours are funnier. That's all we're
laughing
saying.
with you.
We're laughing with you. We're laughing with you. Now, at least 118 inmates escaped from prison after heavy rains on Wednesday night damaged the facility in Suleja near the Nigerian capital. A prison service spokesperson is the one who shared that, saying that the downpour, which lasted several hours, wrecked parts of the medium security prison, including the perimeter wall and surrounding buildings. The police were hunting the fugitives and had so far recaptured only 10 of them.
Calamities are opportunities.
Okay, what?
Most people do not realize this, but some of the richest people became richest because of calamities. And it's a common story across Africa that when we have situations like this, even in Kenya, we will have flood billionaires after this, I'm telling you. There is money that is going to be released, caution money, we are doing this, we are doing what. So I do not blame these prisoners for thinking about a situation like this and deciding, oh, let's take a run for it. Also, the other thing is, when we have situations like this, the next thing that follows usually is cholera outbreaks and outbreaks of these waterborne diseases out of this. And one of the places that are most affected when this happens is prisons. So I'm not saying they are right for having taken the run for it, because now there are 118 convicted persons out there.
No, 108.
108. Okay, 108 convicted persons. That is
10 were caught. 10 were caught.
Okay, so the people that are out there, I wish the Nigerian government will be able to do something about it, because really, just like Amina was saying, it's usually a common story across the region. Absolutely. At least for we Black Africa, that when something is happening in Kenya, I assure you, something of the same or greater magnitude is happening in another country across Africa.
True. Sure. You know, we see like when we are trying to hold our politicians accountable, and they will try to lie to us, but then the lie will, you know, respect your intelligence. Yeah, Nigeria, at that time they said there was a snake that ate nobody. Okay, so Coach says there will be flood millionaires, and I think some of them will be selling boats, because I have no idea where did they come from. Even the one Erika, I was like, do people just have them? The census people, when they were asking us, there's some people who ticked yes, I have a boat.
So, yeah, an inflatable, at the very least, like an inflatable one. But I was looking at that video, and the perimeter wall for that prison was destroyed. Then I was like, maybe it's watching too much TV, but I don't know. Shouldn't a prison have like more than one, perimeter wall, more than one level of safety?
Or just has one, like the ones for the estos for your house.
No, it depends.
It's giving picket fence, like the minute that goes down, you're just like, whoo, over there. Really, I don't know, but it was a medium security facility. I don't know what a low security facility now looks like in
No, it's just your house. Just stay in your house. Stay in your house. Don't come out. Do not come out.
You're just warned.
House arrest, that's actually it, honestly.
No, low security is what all of us are living in. Like, you don't need to.
In Nairobi. Yes.
Across Africa.
Across the continent. Because every time, I've ever seen like a tweet and you don't really know the name, but it sounds African. And you're like, this could be Kenya, could be Uganda, could be Nigeria, could be South Africa. It's all of us. We're in the same boat. Africa is a country. They're not wrong.
I'm not going to lie. I felt a little salty when I saw Tanzania's SGR.
Yeah.
Because
you guys,
we have this beef. We are siblings, so we fight all the time.
Yeah.
And they Chris breezied us. That one, we were the weakest link in the.
We are the Quavo of East Africa.
We are the Quavo.
It's so dope. It's electric. It's fast. The seats are.
We were.
Especially now that it's
Mama Samia.
Yeah.
In Kenya, the hardest thing, it's a fun fact, the hardest thing to ever do is break out of a prison in Kenya. Because the penalties and the heat that is given to the wardens, they make sure that the last thing a prisoner is ever thinking about is breaking out. First of all, you're counted more than they count money. Number two, you're given very mediocre food so that you're not strong enough in the event that there's a flood and the wall breaks. You can't even help. I mean, mechoka. You guys just build it, but let's upgrade ourselves by a couple of square inches. So it can never happen in Kenya. Even if the most guarded people in this country are prisoners.
That is very true. By the way, Mariam, have you ever gone to any prison?
I grew up in a place where it was a government institution. So they used to have sometimes like low-risk prisoners come and do like, like ukatanyasi, vitu kama hizo. And they would, let me tell you, you don't even see the warden. No. You just see them. And I'm like, if I was you, I would have, bail. But now that I think back about it, they were not even trying to do anything. They like maybe walk around, take a break, but escaping, I don't know. I didn't see that.
I think usually also people don't realize that escaping, like getting out of the institution, is usually the easier part. I'll not be shocked if all these 108 people are caught and taken back to prison.
Yeah, because they have a plan.
Being on the run, it is expensive.
It's hard.
It is just like everywhere you're going.
The same way those guys plan those heists, and it's 10 out of 10 heists. You drilled into a bank. Alafu sasa the after plan is
now use the money we see.
That's true. Because we don't think it all the way through. But it's not like I would have stayed in that prison. Coach, I don't know what you're saying.
I agree with you. 2 days out of prison is enough for me.
I'll come back now. In fact, I miss it now. But I want to hear from you. What do you think of that story? 100 108 people escaping from prison. That's got to be absolutely crazy. When we come back, we have to talk about these two young men who ended up trending, and people asked, why did CS Murkomen address this and not the other issues that had been questioned and asked? We'll talk about that after the break.
Ukilipa bill zako na M-Cop Cash reward ya 1000 inaweza kukukodolea macho. Kuna 100 daily winners.
Shinda cash na M-Cop Cash. Cooperative Bank. We are you. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi there, my name is Dr. George Washuri. I am here to present to you a wonderful place you can build a retirement home. Where else other than Ocean View Ridge, Vipingo by Optiven? This property is well manicured. We have a perimeter wall. We are doing a swimming pool. We just concluded a beautiful entry gate. Only 2 miles to the ocean. Do you want to retire in the coastal region? Call this number 0790 300 300. The best property ever.
People come to me and they say they get discomfort when they have ice cream. Can you imagine that? Avoiding having cold ice cream. Sensodyne gives you long-lasting protections against sensitivity. And people come in and they're like, oh, it works. I can have ice cream and I'm not in any discomfort. I recommend Sensodyne because it works. It's brilliant.
Ataenda kucheza nje na hii baridi yote. Why did you let him go? Si atagonjeka.
Sasa asipofanya tizi, how will he win more trophies? To protect our family from germs that cause illness when it's cold, we use Dettol soap.
Dettol soap with germ defense gives you protection. When it's cold, germs are transferred in different ways. And Dettol soap's germ defense protects you from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Be Dettol sure.
Dark marks keep coming back. Any tips? Double the vitamin C power. New Garnier Vitamin C Day and Night Serums. Daily with the #1 vitamin C serum to correct dark marks. At night, new 10% vitamin C serum to help prevent their reappearance. Together, twice as fast dark mark reduction. The power duo. New Garnier Vitamin C Day and Night Serums. By Garnier, naturally.
Nivea Black and White Deodorant protects me and my favorite outfits. That's why I feel confident and free. With 5 times anti-formula, I stay fresh and protected for 48 hours, and my clothes stay stain-free. World's #1 anti-stain deodorant from Nivea. Try it. Nivea's 5 times anti-action formula and 48-hour protection is also available for men.
Deals kila wiki na Carrefour. Enjoy Guru Special Basmati Rice 5 kg at 945 shillings. Carrefour Vegetable Oil 5 liters at 999 shillings. Fresh chicken leg bone in 5 kg at 599 shillings. Onion red at 165 shillings. Higher Android TV 43 at 26995 shillings. Deals kila wiki na Carrefour.
Is Dove better than ordinary soap? We're going to prove it. Take a bar of your soap and Dove. Use yours on one side, Dove on the other. The soap-washed part feels rough because soap dries your skin. The Dove side is softer, smoother, and more radiant. Why? Dove is different. With 1/4 moisturizing cream, it deeply nourishes for radiant skin all over. Try Dove and feel the difference.
Imperfections, blackheads. Try Garnier's Pure Active 3-in-1 Charcoal, powered by salicylic acid and purified charcoal to reduce pimple-causing germs by 99.5%. One product, 3 uses for a pure skin. Garnier Pure Active 3-in-1 Charcoal, #1 in South Africa, by Garnier, naturally.
From different worlds, come a trio with a shared destiny. Where will the fashion runway take them?
Mimi nitachunga maua yetu vizuri sana hadi wewe narudi.
Family business is everything.
The beauty and the beat.
Shanga, starting 25 April at 8 p.m. on Maisha Magic Plus.
This is NTV.
Tonight, floods of fury and fatalities.
70 people have lost their lives. 22 others are injured.
Billions of shillings set aside to address the crisis. Plus, Bomas of Kenya Chief Executive Officer in custody ahead of arraignment in graft matter. We tell you questions over CS Aisha Jumwa in this whole situation. Also tonight, Doctors Union leader Dr. Dennis Miskela and Embu County in push and pull over his firing.
They know very well that I've been on study leave and I was working in Kenyatta.
Nowhere in our records do we have a letter from Mr. Miskela requesting that he be allowed to pursue attachment at the Kenyatta National Hospital.
Did the doctor the truth? And how do you like your meat? Do you know of the different versions of cooked meat?
So all that smoke that you see is inside there, so it all goes into the meat. So you got the heat, the cold, and that smoke, so it all adds to the flavor.
Let's meet on This Is Life.
If you want to be free and live like a child again, why stress about germs? Everyday use of Dettol keeps my loved ones protected.
Deals kila wiki na Carrefour. Enjoy Guru Special Basmati Rice 5 kg at 945 shilling. Carrefour Vegetable Oil 5 liters at 999 shilling. Fresh chicken leg bone in 5 kg at 599 shilling. Onion red at 165 shilling. Higher Android TV 43 at 26995 shilling. Deals kila wiki na Carrefour.
Well, the early bird doesn't just catch the worm. Red Bull gives you wings.
This week on Daring Abroad.
This is a type of farming called hydroponics.
Meet the Kenyan scientist growing cash using modern technology in Australia.
I grow tomatoes, truss tomatoes, loose tomatoes, cherry tomatoes.
And how she's giving back to her motherland by finding opportunities for Kenyans in Adelaide City.
Most of our students are referred through our trusted agents, and for Kenya we are exclusively working with Dr. Christine Valela.
There's a gap in technology and there's a gap in skills and knowledge gap. That's the area I'm hoping to fill.
Dr. Christine Walela, this Saturday at 7:30 p.m. only on NTV.
I tried looking out for you, bro. Hey, you see now? How's the heartburn? Look now, it's burning.
Do not hold back in any situation. Eno gets to work on the 6 symptoms of heartburn fast.
You do know you said all of that out loud, right?
If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Where else other than Ocean View Ridge, Vipingo by Optiven? This property is well manicured. You want to retire in the coastal region, call this number 0790 300 300. The best property ever.
Welcome back. All right, so we have some feedback. Let's see what you're saying on X, Mariam.
Looking through, I see someone saying, this is so sad. This government will never do anything good for Kenyans. Alafu Samushiri amesema Athi River's name was derived from a Swahili word, Athirika. That's sounding... But okay, if you say so. Alafu pia Kings Jr. says, I'll tell you this for free. Every politician in 2027, manifesto yake will be based on improved drainage system. Hata uko ushago. By then, the system will have improvised lies and plans. Na pia ameattach picture ya Noah's Ark. If anyone sees a building like this, let us know and pin the location.
Stan Mwangi saying people need to understand all things, including metals, are carried away by water. The tires are inflated with the air and it might float, but the shape of the vehicle makes it vulnerable to floating and being toppled off. This is why you should try and be safe cross those rivers. Lucky Olwatch is also saying, Mariam Bishai is back. I'm super excited.
Ooh, lucky. Once again,
I was about to say, brother, you're not alone, but we can go on now.
We can go. Yeah, this is wonderful journalism, by the way. This is why we have these shows, so that we can just talk about ourselves and bask in our own awesomeness. All right, so let's continue. Oh my days, you guys. Did you see this video? The two men who are filmed hanging dangerously on the moving car along Mombasa Road. Well, they've pleaded guilty to the offense. Peter Igadwa and Peleg Monari were Tuesday arraigned before Milimani Magistrate Martha Nanzushi and charged with riding in a dangerous position contrary to the Traffic Act. The two filmed hanging on the window of a Mercedes-Benz after even as it was being driven at a very high speed. So I don't know.
This has been the week of cars. Let me throw some chai over there. If you know, you know, especially if you're Kenyans on Twitter. Is it now Kenyans on X? So there's this Mercedes-Benz. These guys have been charged. What they're doing is horrible. That's fine. But there's a certain car. Hey!
The X-Trail.
The X-Trail.
KCP.
Wait. While people are busy sheltering in the rain, what are people doing in X-Trails? If you drive a black X-Trail, just know right now is not the best time to have that car. Maybe you need to upgrade, maybe park it somewhere. But anyway, it's a week of cars doing dangerous things. Thought I'd throw that in there for spice.
Just for spice. That's insane. By the way that people are not scared of anything, because you can see these guys know they're being filmed. They can see the person behind them is probably filming them, or at least they're doing it for an audience. It's almost a performance. Kuna ka flair. Same to the people in the X-Trail, Cindy. I think they knew they had an audience and they were not mad about it. People just, Mr. Mamjali, you're just like, okay, enjoy. Here's dinner and a show, honestly. But the hanging out of the cars is so dangerous. But I think people were very quick to call out this ati ikikuwa senator akisema ukibaiba na confidence, you don't say anything. Whereas these guys, now you're very loud. Waliba na wakaiba na confidence pia, you know.
This is what I was about to say. What's in the double standards is this. Larry Madowo just the other day recorded a fleet of chua cars honking. If you've ever been in traffic and you met those VIP cars and how sometimes they even bump your car, trying to get you out of the way.
Because they hit it sometimes.
Yes, they hit it. They do all sorts of ukikata kutoka wanakuja wanapiga side mirror. Like they do all sorts of nasty things to people in traffic, and yet even when there's video evidence, nothing is ever done about that.
Nothing is ever done.
At the same time, people of Thika Road and all the barabara to Embu have been complaining about vile gari zile zinabeba zile bidhaa zinaendeshwa. And we have not seen anything being addressed towards those people as well. These young people were, you know, of course they realized that stupid games attract stupid prizes. They have pled guilty. But in other countries also this can be considered a sport. But please, when you're endangering other users, please be aware that you will be recorded, and once you are recorded and you are on X, they will react, and you are not the son of an important person, you will be jailed or you will be fined. Please be safe.
If you are not the son, the truth in that statement. So you're talking about the US, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and they listen to hip hop, and you know some of them have the hydraulics. It's true, and maybe they were intoxicated. You know, Mariam said it right. It is a performance. It's like those guys, the makangas, especially Waisili. I don't know if other people do it in other areas, but the way they play, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you are going to die. What are you doing? Trying to give us a show, shocking. You're actually shocking us. So some of them do that, and sometimes
the fabricators, how those things are made. How much faith do you have?
It's because they've not done it once, they've not done it twice. It's an art now. And one Tomaso Gulalo, one of the Gaza members who was killed in Kayole, once said, this is one life. You live it once. That's how they think about it all the time.
Oh, you've got only one life to live.
Make it exciting.
Okay.
Like, have the thrill of it.
All right, so now the final story. At least 177 suspected members of a criminal gang have been arrested in Mombasa following a multi-agency operation conducted in the last 48 hours. This comes after the business community raised concerns of over the resurgence of crime gangs that have left them counting millions of losses. CCTV footage from one of the streets in Mombasa Central Business District captured a group of criminal gang members robbing unsuspected locals earlier this week. So that's the clip, and you can see there are quite a number.
I was wondering, I know because I've seen this clip many times, is it that that guy was targeted, maybe was carrying cash? Or is it that these are gangs, they're spread out, you go left, you go right, they found a victim and they're, you know, they're running for the spoils? Because ordinarily, how much would one person
really have for you to need,
you know, probably bus fare, your phone, that's it. It's only targeted people, like the unfortunate guy who was shot a couple of weeks ago when you're from the bank. What shocked me was the sheer number of people who came for this one guy and the way people were casually walking by. So I don't know if this is, it's such a regular occurrence that they are numb to it.
I think,
but it's scary, man. This is a tourist town, tourist city.
Yes, I've always, every time I go into the ferry, I always think about kama siku moja wale wezi wa Nairobi wanaweza gundua hii ferry, tutaisha kabisa. Like one of the things that have always given us comfort is that Mombasa has been relatively safe up to this point, but it has had emergence of gangs in the recent past. And Cindy, no, these people don't rob you because they think you have something. If you know what super gang, sijui walikuwa wanaitwa super 8 wale wa ICD, walikuwa wanaitwa the super gang ama something like that. Walikuwa wanafanyia watu. You know, mwizi has nothing to lose. Nikikuja nikupate na simu peke yake, that's profit.
Lakini watu wote simu moja.
That's what I'm telling you. These gangs, this is how they operate. That sio huyu peke yake. This is the only one guy on camera. Wakitembea in a street, they will meet 25 people or 15 people or 10 or 5, and they will rob all of them, and whatever they will collect, they'll take back. And in fact, what was scary about the Isili one was that they are asked to bring a piece of something as evidence.
What?
To prove to the boss that they are worth what they're being sent to do.
Oh my God.
And there were people even as young as 11 years old. And this is now what is happening in Mombasa as well. That now gangs are recruiting very, very young kids.
Is it the drugs? What
no,
is
it's not.
It's not. It's just
it's also
poverty.
That's
what
you
I'm
have
saying.
to remember when you see the crime rates rising, that means that people, because we all have to feed our kids and our families. Mariam, real quick, we have 10 seconds.
I don't even know what to say. Just that is very, very sad. I think Mombasa has been known to be the place where, unlike Nairobi, ukibiwa, people will just watch. In Mombasa, before that, ukibiwa, people will react. They were very known for mob justice. I don't know if it's also maybe a culture shift that's attributed to this. Now that people don't care as much, people will mind their business in the Nairobi style, and now that's maybe why these gangs are partly flourishing. But of course, it all boils down to watu hawana pesa, hawana kazi, and that's what they'll resort to. Very, very scary. And even for a tourist town, but even for just a kawaida town where Kenyans are living.
Just for all
of us,
yeah. All right, well, thank you so much, Mariam. Thank you, Kwach. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, guys. I'll catch you next week, hopefully. I'm not sure if it's you guys. Maybe you might be fired over your
what you're sure of is you'll be here.
I don't know. Actually, you can never say that, by the way. You can never say that. I might. I don't know. I don't know. But I will be here at 10 p.m. though. That much I do know. My name is Amina Abdirabba. Thank you so much for watching. Time now for the news. We'll catch you at 10 p.m. Good evening. Bye.